Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. Children, yesterday we discussed about human rights and about Mahatma Gandhi ji, about Nelson Mandela, how they fought against racial discrimination, everything we discussed. And today we are going to discuss about fundamental rights. So fundamental rights are required for all-round development of human beings. They make the life of people meaningful by giving them certain rights like speech and to live in an area of their choice, etc. So there are certain fundamental rights a citizen can enjoy. First one, right to equality, right to freedom, next one, then right against exploitation, right to freedom of conscience and religion, cultural and education rights for minorities, and right to constitutional remedies. So these are the certain fundamental rights. First, right to equality. So it refers to equality before law and equal protection of law. Also, prohibition and discrimination on the grounds of religion, caste, races, gender, or place of birth is offensive, and one can seek justice from court. If any person is exploited based on the religion or based on the caste he belongs or based on the race or gender or depending on the place of birth, so certainly those people they can get justice from court. So all the people are treated equally before law. Rules and regulations are equal for everyone. Next one, right to freedom. So six different types of freedom is mentioned in the constitution. First one, freedom of speech and expression. Next one, freedom to assemble peacefully without arms. Freedom to form associations and unions. Freedom to reside and settle in any part of India. Freedom to move freely throughout the territory. Freedom to practice any profession or carry on any occupation, trade, or businesses. Next one, right against exploitation. So it is against the law to employ children below 14 years of age in mines, factories, or any other occupations. Neither contractor nor an employer can force a worker to do a job against their will. Nobody can compel children below 14 years of age to work. Next one, right to freedom of conscience and religion. So, according to this right, it gives the citizens freedom to follow and practice any religion of their choice. So, nobody can compel you that you have to worship this particular god. You should practice the customs of this religion. So, nobody can compel us. So, all the citizens have the freedom of conscience or ideas. So, the citizens also have the freedom to follow their own religion, own religious practices, everything. Nobody can compel us. So, in this picture also, you can see different types of worships are there. Here you can see, and in here you can see So different religions, all the religions were allowed to follow their practice, follow their style of worship. So nobody can compel. So that is freedom of conscience and religion. Next one, cultural and educational rights. So the Constitution gives us the right to preserve, protect, and promote culture. So we have the right to open schools, or if you want to form associations and societies to preserve and promote our tradition and culture. So we have the freedom to form associations. We can, in order to promote our tradition and culture. So nobody can compel us, or nobody can compel us to join in this particular association or in particular society like that. So wherever we are interested, we can join. We have the rights to improve our culture, but it should be for the benefit of the people. Next one, right to constitutional remedies. Fundamental rights are guaranteed by the Constitution. So by this right, a person can adapt constitutional. So it means that a person can approach a court if he is denied um, the fundamental rights. If the, for example, if the person is in need, but if he is exploited by any officials, then he can go to court for justice. Though the constitutional remedies put to right anything which may be wrong in terms of our constitution. So this right therefore protects and safeguard all other rights. So far we were discussing about our fundamental rights, how we have certain privileges to enjoy our fundamental rights. In the same way, we have to perform some fundamental duties also. So here we have to do have some fundamental duties which we have to follow. First, we should give respect for our constitution, its ideals and institutions. We should respect our national flag and national anthem. And we have to cherish the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom. If we are called, we should be in a position to render our service to our country. And it is our duty to promote harmony and spirit of common brotherhood. In our assembly also daily we used to take pledge, isn't it? So in that we will be having various provisions. What are the things we have to do as a good citizen? So we have to follow that. And it is our duty to protect and improve the natural environment. So we should protect and conserve our resources, and we should protect our natural environment. We should not pollute, and then we should protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. So our India is a unique country, isn't it? So unity in diversity, there are a lot of things about our country, isn't it? So it is our duty to preserve it and protect it. And also we should defend the country. So we should not indulge in any illegal activities which is going to harm our country's growth. Okay, children, we discussed about the certain fundamental duties we have to do. Okay, tomorrow we will continue. Thank you, children.